Hello, everybody. Good evening, happy morning, whatever it is for you. It is Meta Monday. What? Meta Monday, Meme Monday. It's just Monday. Beautiful day. Let's start the week great. And I started the weekend phenomenally, getting top 16 at the Portland Regionals with, the best toxic deck in the format, Kashtira, as you see here. So we're going to go over the deck list and the side, extra deck, and then talk about the things I would change going forward, until we get a ban list, because it's looming. We're waiting, and we already know this deck is on the chopping block. And so we don't really know what is going to get hit, but there's a lot of speculation. So let's go ahead and get in this list, starting off with the main deck. We are playing 2 Rise Hearts, 1 Kashtira Scareclaw, the 1 Ogre. We're still on Ogre. Facilitates a 5-lock. I honestly did not like Kashtira Tail of it. It just didn't feel as good to me. There was a couple games where an extra level 7 similar to Kashtira Scareclaw would have been very beneficial and maybe would have gave me the game. But realistically, I didn't drop a single game where I was playable. So yeah, this is really what it was. We're playing 3 Finmer. Obvious. 3 Unicorn. Another obvious decision. Now hand traps. This is where I kind of just went mid and just not really as optimal or as best I probably could. But we are still playing the 3 Ash over the Drolls. We're playing 3 Shifter because Shifter is... This is disgusting. I forced out a Gamma on Shifter and then went full combo 5-block Super Heavy Samurai. The game of this and gave me full combo, so I was like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that all day. 3 Imperm. Now into our spells is kind of where we're like, I don't know, very, very different from a lot of lists that are topping right now. I just wanted to not playing into the format as much and not really knowing what to expect. I just wanted to have a wide array of what's to come, especially since it was one of the first regionals for SEAC. We're playing double tactics because everybody's on handy traps. We're playing 2 Lance. I was expecting to see some Labyrinth or some variations of Floodgate dot decks or some sort of stuff, so I just want to make sure Lance was in there. We're playing 1 Power of Spell. This came up quite a bit. Won me 1 game. Let me get into a Zeus, which is kind of cool. Also forces a bunch of negates in the Super Heavy Samurai. So, I mean, it's a bonus. Now, Double Desire, 3 Prosperity. There was a time in 1 game where I was pretty salty, where I opened up Desires and the 2 Prosperities. Luckily, my opponent was just as bricked up as me, and we were able to play the next turn. But it's a variant that happens. Triple Theosis, Triple Birth, 1 Terraforming, 3 Planet, and 1 Big Bang to wrap up the deck. We'll talk about the matchups I had at the end. Let's go ahead and get into the extra deck. First off, we'll start with our links. We're playing 1 Goliath and 1 Dagger for Hire. Never had to make this once. It's one of those better to have it than need it not have it kind of scenarios, but those are the only 2 links. Now for our 1 of Exceed, we're playing 1 Dragosack, outs the skill drain. If they're bad and they rival me after I have this or something, it outs that. 1 Dark Arm Exceed, 1 Flare Metal, and probably the best, most toxic card, X-Check wise, next Rise Heart is Mind Hacker. We are on the double Big Eye because I was expecting a lot of Kashtira to be out there, and I wanted to make sure I have the opportunity to steal their board and go off if I need to. And every time, I just wanted every time I got Mind Hackered to basically have a bunch of 2-0s, or they're just be bad and banish the 1-0s, which most of the times they did. The 1 Kashtira player did actually hit the Big Eye for going for the first 5-lock. Wasn't able to get it fully, but hand traps. 2 Shang, 2 Rise Heart, double Zeus, the Baron. This came up. It was amazing. I go to normal summon Ash Blossom. He activates D Barrier, calls Synchros. And so I had Theosis in hand, go Theosis to Fenrir. Fenrir search Kashtira Scareclaw. Then we X-Seed right there to Big Eye, and I Big Eye his Shangri-La. So I just left my Lava Golem on board. And then I go Scareclaw Kashtira to banish Fenrir, and then I will special summon. And I was like, yep, that was a good. Then I special summon the Fenrir from Banish with Birth and attack, the whole shenanigans. And that was amazing. Now the main changes that I see in the extra deck wise, I'm already assuming Diabolos is gonna get hit. This deck's gonna get hit. There's a lot of topping right now, especially as a new format. So don't know. One of the main changes is obviously in the sideboard and like how I'm playing the main deck. So I'll be actually switching to maining some variation of kaijus because I want to make sure I'm always available. I'm always able to break a board if I have to going second. Now, not knowing that Pearly only ends on 1 card usually, these should be Game of Seals or kaijus. But I know Super Heavy is really wide, and I was like, Lava Golem is really good. I'm going to play this. And the one Pearly matchup I did have, Game 1, 5 locked. Game 2, he goes the Leerless Cobalt, or whatever, the Bouncer, and Noir, and I just Lava Golems. So I was like, that's free. Double Thrust, actually did not put this in once. There wasn't a time where I was like, I really need to see my side pieces. Like I said, every game that I felt like that was winnable, I won. I did end up going 5-2, and brought me to the top 16. There were some games that I'm like, dang, I got absolutely sauced. Some games I was like, you know what? Whatever. Oh yeah, 2 Lightning Storms, 3 Dark Rulers for our blowouts. And then we were playing 2 Evenlies. This should be 3. Yeah, so definitely should be 3. Here in the future, I'll probably be taking the Thrust down to 1. And that way I have a Thrust Tactics and 3 Evenlies. But Evenly is not that great going in the Pearly, so it's just a bad card. It's okay in Super Heavy. If you open up Dark Ruler Evenly, awesome. But usually post side, Super Heavy is sitting around with the Spell Canceller or 10 million negates. Yeah, what have you. And then our final is 3 Judgment. This card is terrible. I love it, and it feels so good when I have a board and I get to resolve it. But no. Every game I resolved it, I lost. So, yeah, it wasn't good. Didn't feel good at all. Losing half my life points, it made Golden Pride, which are my 2 losses, not feel good for them. Like, they couldn't play as hard, but they still just, monster vomit the punks and kill me. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into my matchups. Game 1, we were playing Kashtira in the mirror. Went into time. Well, almost. It went into. I was in battle phase just as time ended. While having the Big Eye, took a Shangri-La, Fenrir swing, banishing the Lava Golem, which I thought was a pretty fun play. That matchup is not fun to play mirror, by the way. We were game 2. We had maybe like 10 cards left in each other's decks. So we were just banishing everything. Then the next game, what did I play next? I played Super Heavy. Yeah, so I went Kashtira to Super Heavy to Pearly to my first loss in Gold Pride. Then came back, got it in another Super Heavy match. And then played Heroes, and the final round I played was Gold Pride, where I didn't open up playable at all, just some crazy variants. And I'm going to shout out that deck. And Team Jabber, they're super cool. They both wrecked me on Golden Pride. So if you guys are looking for a deck that has a lot of potential, high ceiling, and it can just play for days, I really do check out Golden Pride. That's so good. I do want to mention that here this month, we are doing a free box tournament. Winner takes all one whole sealed box of Cyberstorm access. The link to the Discord will be in the description below. Once we'll be firing off the event, ideally mid-May towards the end. Yeah, I just want to give back to the community. I know I'm a small tuber, small streamer, but I do like the idea of just running some really fun events, and there'll be some more prizes and stuff to come on with this based on how much participants. But we're thinking around 25 to 30 as our first cutoff for the debut of our monthly box tournaments. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, check out the rest of my content. Check us out on Twitch. Check us out on Discord. Everything will be in the link description below. Remember, guys, you're not bad. We just got to shuffle better, and we finally did. We shuffled better and made top 16.